In the year 897 AD, the streets of Rome buzzed with tension. Inside the grand halls of the church, something terrifying was about to unfold, something that would leave a black mark on the pages of history. Pope Stephen VI had just taken power, but he wasn't interested in peace. He was obsessed with revenge. His hatred burned for a man named Pope Formosus, his predecessor. The problem? Formosus was already dead, buried months ago. But that didn't stop Stephen. In an act that shocked even his closest allies, Pope Stephen ordered the grave of Formosus to be opened. Guards dug into the earth and pulled out the decaying body of the former pope. His corpse, rotting and stiff, was dressed in full papal robes and placed on a throne inside the Vatican court. His lifeless eyes stared into the distance, while Stephen prepared to do the unthinkable, put him on trial. A deacon was assigned to speak for the corpse, a dark and twisted ritual where Stephen yelled accusations at the dead body, and the deacon answered on its behalf. The crowd looked on in horror as the Pope screamed that Formosus had violated church law, that he had never been worthy to wear the crown of the papacy. The outcome was already decided. The dead man was found guilty. What followed was even more grotesque. Formosus's body was stripped of its holy robes. 3 fingers of blessing were cut off and tossed aside. And then, his corpse was dragged through the streets of Rome and thrown into the Tiber River like garbage. But karma comes fast. The Roman people, already tired of political games and church corruption, were horrified. What Stephen had done wasn't justice, it was madness. Within months, a rebellion broke out. Pope Stephen was arrested, locked in a prison cell, and eventually strangled to death. Years later, the church would try to erase the event, calling it a terrible mistake. They would recover Formosus's body and give him a proper burial. But history never forgets. This event came to be known as the Cadaver Synod, the day a pope tried a dead man in court, and in doing so, sealed his own fate.